I'm Leslie Neely for CN2 Sports. We're out at the University of Louisville All Athletics Awards Banquet. This is one of those things where every athlete gets to sit down, be with all the other athletes at U of L, and they're rewarded for their successful seasons. And what successful seasons U of L had this year. Not only did they have the national championship out of the men's team, they also had the Final Four of the women's basketball team, and of course the Sugar Bowl from the football team, along with all the other accomplishments from all the other sports. This is a time that athletics awards those guys, recognizes everyone, and of course we get a chance to talk to those people too. So here's a look at some of the athletes we got to talk to while we were there.
If I were to leave, I'm leaving behind a great fan base, leaving behind my education, leaving behind, some accolades I could get. I'm leaving behind my teammates. But, if I stay, I'm leaving behind a year of potentially starting my career somewhere. So,
what do you think about going to Washington, D.C. this weekend?
That's huge. It's something different for me, but I'm really excited. So it's going to be a great experience.
Did you know anything about that dinner before you got invited to it?
No idea. This is the first time me hearing about it, and just hearing that I'm going to be in the presence of the president, that kind of speaks for itself. It's something you dream about, and I'm just thankful for it.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Wednesday, we're going to do a little event on campus at 5 o'clock on Wednesday, try to raise some money for cancer. And me and some of the guys on the team I'm obviously going to get this shaved off finally, get a haircut. I think Steven's going to be there, Mike's going to be there. All the guys are pretty much going to go, but we're just going to try to, talk to as many people as we can and raise some money and, sign autographs, take pictures, whatever we got to do.
Is it going to be hard to say bye to it?
A little bit.
How long has it been?
I did it when we played Notre Dame as our last game, and I started it then, and the whole playoffs I haven't cut it at all. So, Big East tournament and NCAA tournament stay with me. So
it directly coincides with all the wins, you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it responsible for all the wins?
I'm not going to hold it 100% responsible, but it's got to be up there.
Everyone is just so supportive of each other, and the athletic department just all hangs out with each other so much that we're all friends. So when we see our friends doing well, it makes us happy and it makes us want to do well too. And right now it's just a really winning attitude on campus, and I think it's really helped to push us towards our goals.
Then recruiting. We just got back off the road from this weekend. I've still got 2 assistants out. I'm flying out tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's our last day, so it never ends. It's just a cycle that keeps on going.
And the University of Louisville had a huge year with athletics, and a lot of that's thanks to athletic director Tom Jurich. We talked to a little bit about how big that year was for U of L, how they could possibly top that, and also about joining the ACC in 2014.
There's not going to be many places to go to reach out to other schools, so I think it's a good fit. And the great thing about it is I think you mentioned, Eric, regional. It is. It keeps everybody regional, and it just couldn't be better for us. It just absolutely could not be better for us because it's the most unbelievable fit, and you know how much I like fit. And we are definitely a fit in this league. It's been awesome. It really has, and we certainly will never take it for granted, but we want to make sure we appreciate it in very much the right way.
Did you expect something like this to happen this quickly?
No, I didn't, Howie. I didn't. I was telling these guys that when we got to the first meeting in January, the end of January, you could see what a unified group that the ACC was, quite the contrary to what the rumors that we'd all heard. And so that was really my first exposure to everybody and getting in the same room with them and seeing that, and it was, they were on a united front, and now these actions speak a lot more than anybody's words.
I feel like it's a league that's standing there and slug it out with anybody?
Anybody, and I think in any sport.
Yeah, like I said, everybody's going to hype us up this year. We're going to be hot coming into the season. Everybody's going to talk about us, ESPN. But like I said, the biggest thing we can't listen to. We have to have our blinders on, tunnel vision, take one game at a time.
I tell not to be careful because you can't be careful in football, so I try to go all out.
What's the backfield going to be like this next year?
Dominant. We're gonna have a good backfield with Dominique Brown back, Corbin Lamb, and Brandon Radcliffe. We all learn from each other, and we're definitely going to have a good, dominant backfield.
Oh, yeah. The basketball team won the national championship, and then next it's our turn to win one.
All the hype next year for the 12-0 season. Is that getting too all, or is that just motivation?
That's just motivation for us. Everybody's saying that we might not be able to go to the national championship because of our schedule, but we just want to prove everybody wrong, something that we can make it.
Oh yes, we had a great season, all sports across the board, and we're going to celebrate tonight.
Some of your teammates said you got to live up to what basketball just did.
Oh, we did, but you can't talk about it. You just have to go out there and be about it.
How did spring end for you? I mean, no major injuries as far as we know during the spring game.
Yeah.
So it seemed good.
Oh yes, we still have some guys recovering also from last season, but the spring game and the entire spring, it just went well. We developed our chemistry. Our receivers did a great job of getting spaced up. Offensive line, we had to develop 2 new offensive linemen, so it was a great spring.
With the basketball team going up behind me on the escalator, it's finally time for them to celebrate, relax outside of their team uniform, along with all the other athletes at the University of Louisville. From the Athletics Banquet, I'm Leslie Neely for CN2 Sports.